If you manage mobile marketing campaigns, you know the morning routine. Open your MMP, check each channel, eyeball the numbers, copy them into a spreadsheet, figure out what's changed, what went up, what went down, what's different, what you need to do for the day. But what if this did not have to be so painful? What if you could skip all of these manual steps and just ask questions to get answers? It's possible, and let me show you how to do this. Using Appsflyer MCP, using Claude Code in very simple steps, just takes a couple of minutes. First, open your terminal. Now, terminal is what's on my screen just now. If you're not a technical person, this might seem intimidating and scary, like it's right out of the 80s or 90s. I promise it doesn't have to be that scary, and it's easy to get used to. In order to open terminal on Mac, you press Command Space and search for terminal, and you should be able to basically open this up. If you are on Windows, you search for Command Prompt. Step 1 would be to install Claude Code. These are the commands that you use. And by the way, you do not have to take notes on the commands that I'm going to show you just now. These will be in the description that will accompany this video. So once you do this, you will install Claude Code on your machine. What is Claude Code? Claude Code is Anthropic's AI agent that runs in your terminal. If you've never used it before, think of it as an AI assistant that can actually connect to tools like Appsflyer and actually do things like data analysis, not just chat. Think of this as Claude or ChatGPT on steroids, if you will. You do need a pro subscription to Claude in order to be able to access this. So please do make sure to have that. Okay, now that you have installed Claude Code, the next step is to set up a separate folder for your project that involves Appsflyer MCP. I'm going to call this My Appsflyer Agent. MKDIR is basically make directory. CD is change directory. So now that we are in the directory that is called My Appsflyer Agent. Now, we are going to open Claude Code just now from our terminal. This is just going to be like Claude on your desktop, Claude on your browser. Here we go. Yes, I trust this folder. It's not crazy. Now, first, let's log in. Right, so go in here, type /login. Now, you have to authenticate with your Claude account. Just click enter. You will connect to your Claude account. Just hit authorize. Now you're logged in. Great. Let's look at our Claude interface now. Great. Now we've logged into Claude. Now, what we're going to do is connect Appsflyer to Claude now. In order to do that, you hit exit. Again, let's go. And here's the command you use to connect Appsflyer. Again, do not feel compelled to take notes. All of these will be in the description, so you can copy paste when you start to use this. Okay, now we are connected to Appsflyer. It just says added MCP server Appsflyer to local config. Just means we're connected now. Now that app is connected, now we re-enter Claude. Let's go. Great. Now that we are in Claude again, let's type /MCP. This is Model Context Protocol. You can see Appsflyer. Click, and it says needs authentication. Let's click on this. Let's authenticate. Great. You will get to the Appsflyer login screen. So just hit login. You will see authentication successful, and you close the window and basically return to Claude Code. Now we're ready to rock and roll. We are inside of MCP. This is where we get to use natural language to talk to Appsflyer API and get detailed responses. Let's go. Okay, let's get started. So we'll just say, show me my apps, assuming you have multiple apps. Let's see what the Appsflyer MCP has to tell us based on this. Okay, the MCP found 74 different apps. Now, this is the breakdown. Bear in mind, this is a demo account that Appsflyer provided to me. Great. Now, let's look at Appsflyer gaming app. Gaming is for the last 7 days for each channel for this. Let's see what happens. It's thinking. It takes a moment to give us what we need. Now, as you can see here, it writes queries. The MCP basically writes API queries in response to natural language questions like this. Now, here we go. Here's the spend on iOS. Here's the spend on Android. Great. Now you can ask more queries. Like, give me a new install for each channel so I can measure efficiency. Again, it's fetching the data. You would have an analyst fetch this add this into a spreadsheet. But here we go. Here we see revenue installs, ECPI. You can see here what's the range of revenue per install for each channel that we have here. Of course, you could separate this out by iOS and Android. Now let's look at ROAS, which is revenue per cost, and tell me which channels I should increase spending and which one I should decrease spending. Let's see what comes back. Excellent. Now you see ROAS by channel and platform. You can see the different they've got different channels, increase spend on what, maintain spend, decrease spend. Again, you can see here, this is what a typical UA manager would do on a daily basis. This is surfaced by the Appsflyer MCP with just conversational inputs, and that is the coolest thing here. Now, let's take this one level further. So far, what we've done is we asked simple queries, we got detailed analytical responses. Now, what if I ask something like, give me my performance check? That really hadn't specified any detailed instructions on exactly what to provide. Let's see what comes back, and we can check this out. It's recalling memories. It's going to be thinking for a moment. It's running this query across all apps. So I'm just going to say, do this or just my gaming app. And I did that just because if you do that across all apps, it's just going to take longer. So it's going to fetch data across my gaming app. Remember, I just asked for my performance check. Let's see what comes back. Okay, now this is a more detailed report that I'm able to get. What is my ROAS? What is my revenue per install? Channels ranked by revenue per install, lowest ROAS flag, paid versus organic split. Are we losing money anywhere? This is dangerously close, but it's the lowest ROAS. These are the top channels to scale, budgetary allocation suggestion. So what it did was it gave us a much more detailed report here that gave us the so what of this. Now, how did this happen? Now, what's happening behind the scenes is that I set up this file, Claude.md. You can see that it lives in the folder My Apps Agent. These are the instructions that I have provided for Claude, which basically says, whenever I ask for a performance check, go through these 8 steps. Basically, get last 7 days data from Appsflyer. For each paid channel, calculate ROAS, like the channels that have the lowest ROAS, rank the channels by efficiency, compare paid versus organic, and if a paid channel's ROAS is negative, flag it as losing money, recommend channels to scale, recommend channels to scale down or pause, and end with budget allocation suggestion. Now, this is a full report, but I can activate this just by saying, give me my performance check. That is the beauty of Claude.md, that you can activate a sequence of steps just by asking for one single phrase, which you have pre-programmed before. What's even cooler is that you can actually make this a lot smarter. For instance, you can say, compare performance of iOS versus Android, right? And you save this. Let's see what happens. You just updated the instructions, so you can imagine what is going to happen. Let's run the thing. Excellent. We have our results here. All channels, lowest ROAS, paid and organic, losing money, iOS versus Android. This is what we just asked for, and we just got this. So you can make the system smarter. You can add natural language instructions. You can get even more detailed analysis and reports using this. In summary, this is everything we did today. First, we installed Claude. We opened Claude. We connected Claude to Appsflyer MCP, and that in just a couple of minutes. And lo and behold, we were able to write plain English rules and build a performance analyst that works just the way you think or speak. And we were also able to make the performance analyst smarter by adding more rules. I've linked the Claude.template below and also included the commands that we used to set everything up. Try it with your own apps, try it with your own rules, make them smarter. Let me know what you build.